Alright, we are live. Hey YouTube. I know this doesn't look the greatest pointing your camera, or in this case my phone, at my computer screen, but I don't have OBS installed on this computer, and I'm going to explain what's going on here. So, with Pinnacle Studio 22, you probably saw the videos where I was having some issues with it. Yeah, it's pretty horrible and interesting, and there's that whole thing with BG render, which you saw in the last video, I think is legit the way they coded it. But so what I'm doing, I've got a box copy of Pinnacle Studio 21 from Best Buy. Unfortunately, you can only return it if you haven't opened it yet, due to, I think it's federal law, because of the amount of piracy that goes on. Now, Pinnacle gives you money back guarantee, which I think is very cool and nice, and it's like their own company. That's nice of them. So I don't know how that fits in. I'm kind of curious how that, fits into the mix there. But it's nice that they have it. I'm glad because of bugs. My goodness. But with I'm downloading a trial, as you can see right now, Pinnacle Studio, because I tested this on another one of my mom's computers, her little Surface Pro, the original Surface Pro, and it was a little bit slow and whatnot. But I was testing it because I was wondering if maybe this was the version trial was the Studio 21 was maybe possibly what the trial was based off of. And it turns out that it actually is, because I asked them on support, and they said that it was probably based off of the Pinnacle Studio for Dazzle, which is based off of Studio 22. And, plus some, like, you can only export and use this file format, and you only have so many days to try it out, kind of a thing. That's what the trial is. But I was able to give them the number, and we found out that this trial is based off of Studio 21. Because it was a little bit funny, because, like, the windows look different as far as the speed change, where some of the buttons were under the timer mapping window. So, what I'm doing here is I'm installing this on this computer. I'm going to do some testing. I would do my computer, but with the trial, you can't install it on a computer that already has a full version of Studio running, which I think is kind of sort of dumb. Because it would be really, really nice if, they make the Studio trial be a time-limited, somewhat other feature-limited version of the newer version of Pinnacle Studio, so that you could then install it on your computer where you've already got another version and do some testing to see if there are any major bugs and whatnot. Because I would have probably been able to find out a lot of the bugs with Studio 22 with the trial demo and not even bought it. Now, I do see there could be some marketing advantage to having people buy the Studio, get the full version, and then, return it if they have bugs and problems and issues with it. And a lot of people say they're very happy with Studio 21, which gives me more confidence. So that would be nice, but I see there are marketing advantages to it. Especially when you consider the fact that there might be some instances where some people, like they just don't get it, they have bugs and they want to return it, but they don't get around to it in time before their 30 days are up. And so too bad. But I also think if enough people put up a fuss, they were having bugs, they would try and resolve them, and if not, then maybe give them some sort of a refund or something, maybe. But definitely I try and stick within my 30 days. And they've been pretty good about helping me with some bugs. They've been trying to work it out over email, which is slow, but it works. I think email is actually good for the kind of touch and go, It would be faster if I had the email linked up to my phone so I can get stuff right away. The other thing, too, if you remember when Studio 21 came out, cool features of Studio 21, and I tried it out. I was super excited about the time remapping. If you guys aren't familiar, the basic story that goes is I was super excited because I was watching a video online for the new version of Studio, which was Studio 21, because I had Studio 20, which was an upgrade from 18 that I had previously. And I was looking and watching a video to see what new features were in Pinnacle Studio. I wasn't necessarily super excited for Studio 21, but I was curious to see what things were there. Maybe I would upgrade, maybe I wouldn't. Also felt a little bit bummed because I had just barely gotten 20 like a couple of months ago. And then they come out with Studio 21. but these are yearly upgrade cycles, so keep that in mind. So when I was watching a video by Pinnacle Studio Pro, and he was showing how you change the speed, and where speed change is in Studio 21, I noticed a keyframe button next to the speed change. That was super exciting for me because I had wanted dynamic time remapping for airborne death. Hold on a second.
Call her. She said there were 2 grills, right?
Yeah.
Remember 2?
But I've only got one listed.
What?
Yeah, there are 2, but there's only one listed.
Yeah, I only listed 1, and your house only has 1.
I'll have to check my and call her.
You're doing what?
I'm busy right now and I can't call her.
You're binging?
I'm busy right now and I can't call her.
Okay, but she's got people wanting to come and look at it. How soon until you
How
can
could
call
she
her?
have people wanting to come and look at it if it's not even listed?
Say that again. I can't hear you.
How could she have anybody wanting to come and look at it if it's not listed?
Because you talked to them about both of them, I guess. Because the one is listed.
Well, if I don't have any notes for the other one, then I can't tell her anything. Okay, had another phone call interruption. We are back. Something interesting, because I just realized I forgot. Let's see. P-I-N. Oh. This is interesting. So you see Pinnacle Studio 20 right there. But this trial here, so I'm wondering if the trial wouldn't install because there's a newer version of Pinnacle Studio. Because 20 is installed on this computer, which, yes, I know you're not supposed to have it on 2 computers. I had it on here so my mom could do something just temporarily, but she just wanted to edit some commercials out or something. And then she was, done. So, actually, this is actually kind of cool. Because this means I'm going to try it on my actual computer in a moment here. So what I'm going to do is try it out on here quickly, see if I get any issues. Then I'm going to go to my computer and install it on there with Pinnacle Studio 22 uninstalled. And see if everything gets working out right. And we need to make sure... Being a bit slow, but this computer is a bit slow. Okay. What I needed to check is, we can actually just check with this right here really quickly. And then I'll go ahead and load some of my own clips in, but I need to go to Editor, Time Remapping. This is not... This is not good. Wait, no. Oh, no, this is right. Okay, this is... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is right. The thing I'm looking for is over here... Let me zoom in for you guys. So you can see based on time code or based on anchor frame, and then stretch is the checkbox here. In the new version, it's based on anchor frame or stretch, and the stretch isn't a checkbox. At least I believe that's the way that actually is in Studio 22. I think so. Let's go ahead and do a new movie. Whoops. We need to first of all go to the import window just to check a setting. Because if it's set to copy, it should be link. The copy thing is like if you're doing it from your camcorder and you're selecting files that way. That's cool, and I get that sort of, but then it just kind of imports them into one spot. Yeah. I already have all of my stuff yeah, I already have all of my stuff organized and I already have all of my stuff organized and in neat folders on my computer and whatnot, so library. So I don't want it to copy. Otherwise, I just have unnecessary copies of things. Let's go ahead and plunk in our speed test here. Now, what we're looking for, first of all, is the main thing is, does it have to render twice? So let's see here. We start, go about to here, zoom in. Now, if I take this section here, it jumped to the beginning like it's supposed to. Paste there. Put this here. Whoops, right. It's a different spot now. And I've actually realized the benefit of having this be the editor when I was working with some clips the other day, and I had to change a bunch of clips all to some new values. It was nice because I didn't have to right-click on the clip, open it up, wait for that thing to load, and then make my changes. I just went and changed the no, I had to, but it will be nice when I don't have to. Time remapping, whoops, not stretch, sorry, should be reverse. Okay, that's good. Huh. The first frame shouldn't... Unless, no, that's wrong. That's the wrong first frame. That's probably because I clicked something funny. Okay. Okay, so this stretch. Oh, whoops. Nope, sorry. I do not want stretch checked. That might be a bug right there. I'll have to test this on my computer. But we want this clip, and we just want... Nope. Okay. Already we've hit into a bug, which is sad because I really want to upgrade, studio right here. Nope. So what if... And the main reason I want to upgrade my studio is, speed. Because 21 is faster than the other versions of Studio. I do have a speed test coming out for 22 as well. But let's see, if I check stretch, and then I do control, because there was something I did where it, based on time code maybe, in stretch. Undo my reverse. Set it back to anchor frame. Let's undo my reverse here. Okay, oh. So then, here's what, why does it keep the, now the clip is being funny. If I click on, well, alright, so we're off to a start where we got some bugs in here. I'm gonna have to, this is tough decision. $80. That's why it's such a hard, just, and they can't even give me, like, you know, money for this, and the best they could do is just try and help me fix bugs and stuff, which we tried some stuff, which interestingly enough, I found out because they had me go and relabel some Pinnacle Studio folders on my computer to whatever the name was, .old, and I found, oh no, this is what I didn't want. I'm having a breakdown right now. But I found when I did that, and then I loaded Studio, it's like, hey, Studio key is not valid, please reinstall Studio, and then it goes through this lengthy shutdown process. Anyways, but that's not what I want, because you see I paste, and BG Render has to do its thing again, which shouldn't be the case, because that's just going to make your workload take longer. It's going really fast, though. So, like, oh, I didn't have to re-render there. That's kind of cool. Like, see? It's actually going almost fast enough to make it worth it. But let me see if I can demonstrate the possible, whoops, wrong thing, possible issues that can cause. So yeah, this is the 2-minute sky's the limit clip. Interestingly enough, I didn't know this from before, but interestingly enough, they've included it as one whole clip altogether. They've obviously already edited these different camera shots together, but then they made it look fancy in studio. It's a good demo. I actually really, really like it. Aside from the fact that it does a good job of showing off what studio is, it's just a good little show on its own. So, let's scrap this, because we definitely need a longer clip to work with to show what I'm kind of sort of thinking might go on. So let's go to a shot of her. And that guy looks kind of familiar. Maybe like I've seen him around, like, he kind of looks like somebody I might have seen around here before. Okay, them all excited. Okay, so here's our section right here. What we're gonna do this. So now I got 3 of them, okay? And if you're not familiar with this effect, I've seen it used a few times. It's like where you have somebody dancing and then you just loop it so that it goes like this. Kind of the loop like that, you know. So now this we want to do reverse. Again, we get that weird bug thing. But it's actually, wow, it's going really fast process here. I'm going to add stretch to this so that I can really, Now it's showing the bicycle shots at the end of the entire film. I have honestly no idea what's going on. Maybe it should be based on, hold on, I'm going to try something here. So let's go back. Before we've done any of that, let's base it on time code. Then we'll do reverse. Still that weird. If I undo the reverse, then we have the truck shot stuck on. This is very bizarre. This is like stuff that shouldn't be happening, but it is. So I'm definitely going to have to test on my computer. Let's just start off with stretch. Oh, that makes the whole thing wrong. Because it's doing it now. This is essentially... Yeah, no, it's essentially the whole entire movie crammed into that space. That's obviously a bug. Let's undo that. And I don't remember having this issue when I installed the full Studio 21 Ultimate. The only issue that I had, which is why I returned it and kept Studio 20, was because of the issues with the speed change, where I couldn't get the speed to change right, because the sound was bad and awful. But then I found that I was doing the dynamic warping, which is here. I wasn't clicking stretch, which is the way that I usually change speed. Which, that, I think, works fine. Actually, you know, there's some hope, because I didn't have any of these bugs when I tested this on my mom's other computer. So it could be something with this machine. So now, if I test this demo on my computer with the latest version of Studio uninstalled, hopefully it'll work. But for testing purposes here, let's go back and get that back to normal. What I wanted to test is this needs to be time code stretch. Still the same issue, so we need to undo that. I'm going to demonstrate what I'm nobody's watching, but to demonstrate anyways what I'm thinking of here. So, if I do the reverse, K, and then we'll do a stretch, then adjust duration, put a 2 there, make it 27 seconds long. Seems ridiculous, so it's actually doing a pretty good job, and I like that. The speed thing is a big reason to upgrade, but also because I got a friend who wants to start doing YouTube stuff. So, as you can see here, we've done a bunch of the pastes. And let's do something here. We'll do this here. And then just stupid, easy, simple. We're just going to say we wanted to reverse this, okay? So this is where my issue comes in. With Studio 20 and older versions, it would render the one out, and when you paste it, it would not have to re-render each time. So my guess is that somewhere, this is common in programming, somewhere in the code it would say, you know, I've already done that. This line of code just needs to be copied and pasted here in this section. I don't need to re-render it now, especially for playback purposes. So my issue is when you do that and you have all of them having to re-render, well, if it didn't have to, then it could be rendering this for me to preview and see what this section looks like down here. Which instead it's not. I think this section actually worked right. So yeah, weird and strange. I'm going to cut this stream here, and then I'm going to hop over to my computer and install it and hopefully do some testing and cross my fingers. Because this is a... Do I risk $70? Or do I not? I wish there was I wish they would trust me if I recorded the whole video of me opening the box for the first time and installing it for the first time and running it on my computer and testing it for the first time. I wish they would trust that as like a form of, hey, I did not do any piracy. But yes, so we can safely say that Studio 21 is buggy on this computer, at least the demo. Because, you know, with like the stuff that they've added for making it so that I can't use this demo as unlimited, could be causing bugs. But we'll skip to that section there in the next live stream. See you guys in a